Right. Hi, Ebony family. It's Nicole Haynes, and today we are joined by the most amazing psychotherapist in the world, um, Mary Pender Greene. She is president and CEO of MPG Consulting, a career slash executive coach, consultant, trainer, and she has a private practice in Midtown Manhattan. So happy to have you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I'm truly delighted to be here. I'm always excited to partner with Ebony.
Lovely. All right. Well, I have a question for you that is personal, something I'm dealing with, as I'm sure many others are, multitasking parents. You know, we're working from home, we're trying to homeschool, trying not to go crazy. What advice can you give to me and all of those folks out there in this similar situation?
So the most important thing is to accept the fact that is a task that none of us was prepared for.
No, certainly
And
not.
and and basically it is also a very taxing task because of the background of what's happening in our life.
Yeah.
We are anxious. We're not sure as to where things are going to go, and things change regularly. The other thing is that it's the first time in our lives that we've been conscious about people dying or getting ill around us. And so that those things are in the minds of the parent, the child, and the employer. And we have three jobs in the idea of taking care of yourself as an individual while you're parenting, parenting and homeschooling. Homeschooling is a job that you've not been prepared for. Most of us, or even people who are educators themselves, are not used to educating their own children.
No, it's so different working with your own kid opposed to somebody else's child. I
Right.
mean, I was like that with my parents when I was, an athlete back in the day. It was so difficult to have my dad coach me.
Oh, absolutely. And so the idea of having your kids, you're educating them. But the other thing is that your setup is not the setup for a schooling.
Right.
That kids are used to going to school and they're sitting next to other children and they're in the classroom setting, etc. They're not able to look across and see their video game. They're not usually able to look across and see the project that they were working on. They're not usually able to see their parent that's right next to them or right behind them or whatever. The refrigerator isn't usually 50 feet away, etc. So all of those things are not conducive to home learning.
Exactly. And I'm like, are you this thirsty in your classroom? I swear, every 30 seconds, I'm thirsty, I'm thirsty.
Oh, absolutely not. They want a distraction from the thing that doesn't feel good.
Right.
And then the other thing too is that you have an investment in them that's different than the teacher.
Oh, yes.
So the teacher wants the class and your child to grow in the process. You are thinking about, if she doesn't get this, here are the consequences.
Oh, so guilty.
Right. Here are the consequences to her. And it says something about me. I am not good at this. She would have done better if somebody else had done it. All of that other stuff. And then what happens when any of us feel guilty or frustrated is that oftentimes we get short patience and short tempered because we have so much investment in it.
I feel
So
like you
passion,
have a camera in my house.
it shows. And so the kid feels your anxiety. And of course, if you think about your own self, when you feel anxious, you can't learn, right? As well. You can't hear as well. You can't take it in as well. And most of all, even as an adult, if somebody is frustrated with you, you get focused on their frustration instead of focused on the thing that you need to do.
Right.
So as a child, they are focused on your frustration. They are also struggling with their own self-esteem.
Mhm.
Anybody who has criticism of them, it impacts how you feel about you. And as an adult, you have history, so you know that, okay, I'm feeling this way now, but I'll be better. And gee, I'm feeling this because that person said that thing. As a child, you don't have that level of thinking as yet. So it then becomes, oh, I'm stupid. Oh, there's no hope for me. Oh, mommy's mad at me. Or gee, I'm upset, so I'm just going to not do anything.
Yeah. I feel so bad now.
So all of that is happening. And so a part of the work that needs to happen is to be able to have conversations before school is in, before you're sitting in front of the camera. You'll say, you know what, I'm so I'm so proud of the fact that we're going to try and do this together. And yes, we know it's not hard. And please forgive mommy for not being better at this. And we are going to get through this together. And we're going to remember that crisis has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that you won't be homeschooled forever. And the other thing about it is that you, in the midst of the difficult work, you take breaks. You don't try and do it straight through. You take breaks. And also, you acknowledge that it's hard for them. When they're getting frustrated, you rub their back, you squeeze their hand, you kiss them on the head, you throw them a kiss, you make funny faces at them. In other words, instead of being showing them frustration, you're showing them that you care about them, that you have faith in them, and that this is difficult and we need distraction.
Okay.